Hey people, I'm sitting here in front of my fireplace because it's cold in our house and I am warming up. I so today I signed up for a business incubator and it's been a little surreal because it was a felt like a big decision. You know, there's an investment involved. It's not free, and that sort of creates an urgency and a kind of not an urgency, but it creates kind of taking the decision seriously in a way that I've learned to expect because I've made investments like this before, but it always seems to uncover a new leaf. Like this time, I really found myself. I've been doing all this work around money, right? I've done a lot of these posts about my issues with money and questions around money and patterns around money, and yet I sign up for a business incubator and I say, sort of thereby declaring I'm taking my work in the world really seriously, and I intend to make money with it. I intend to take what I do and love and feel like I have to give and use it to generate income. And immediately I get all this strange backlash of psychological stuff kicking up, like who am I to want to make money, or if I make my work about making money, I'm making it less pure, I'm tainting it somehow. Or even really weird stuff, like I have this amazing friend Kyle Cease, who's I feel like the work I'm doing with him is just exploding. I had a call with him last night. I'm going to be doing an event on his platform in about a month. There's just so much cool stuff happening, and this incubator thing is a separate thing, and so it feels like I'm somehow betraying that friendship or betraying that relationship, because that's also providing me with kind of professional opportunities and real life and like I would really say kind of spiritual food as well. And so by going into this incubator thing, it feels like a betrayal of that somehow. And I was just talking to Katie about this, and it's like it's so surprising in some ways how much it kicks up. Like I was really not prepared for like the level of like holy shit that I have felt just in the last couple of hours since I sort of pulled the trigger on it. And it's just really interesting to notice, because I feel like I've been doing all this work and doing all this thinking about what it means to step into the next phase of my life and what it means to start a business and to take myself really seriously as a professional and kind of go to a new level. And yet all I have to do is take one step, one bold step, and it's like, whew, all the skeletons will just want to come jumping out of that closet. So it's been really, in a lot of ways, it's almost been a thrill. Even though it's been largely unpleasant feelings, it's been a thrill to see how much I can release and how quickly it can release, and how taking a genuine step that really feels like a step forward and a kind of like a leap, how much my patterns that sort of maybe have like learned to hide well, because I'm doing a lot of self-reflection, and so they're like, oh, we're on the run now, let's just keep our heads down and not flare up too much, bam, they all just dove out into broad daylight today, right after this decision. I mean, within minutes. So So that's been really, really interesting. And I think the thing that one of the kind of more positive and sort of the responses that I've come up with in just sitting with this and being present to the patterns, but also to my own deeper intentions and deeper commitments, is that um, if my work, I was just having a conversation with Katie in which we were talking about like what our work in the world is really about. And there was a way in which, like one of the things I said before about, like, if I make my work about making money, then it becomes less pure. Somehow that makes it less spiritually pure. It makes it, because because I think internally to me that means, well, there's self-interest in it now, so now that's going to taint my spiritual whatever purity. And what So Katie had me do Byron Katie's The Work, which is basically, you ask, is it true? Can you be sure it's true? If you can't be sure it's true, what does it make you feel like to hold this belief? And then you reverse that. Then you do a reversal on the belief, and you kind of see, okay, well, how does that make you feel? And my reversal was, well, what if saying that my work in the world is about making money actually makes it more pure? Because as long as I don't have to sell it to anybody, my work can remain pretty much only reflected upon by me. And it really only has to please me, because nobody else has to buy it. And there's a way in which opening the door to, this is the work that I'm going to use to sustain my life and to sustain my family, and to create the life and the support and the experiences that my family, and I hope ideally also other people, ideally I can give to a larger group of people than just my family. The idea that is gonna that involves making money, that really feels good. It really feels like there is actually something in the kind of idea of purity that's hiding. It's a kind of hiding. It's not actually purity. It's a form of avoiding reflection from the world, because it doesn't have to please anyone but me. My work doesn't have to please anyone but me. And so that's really coming through as a positive, because what it tells me is, this is a big step and it's in the right direction. It's moving me in the right direction. It's forcing me to face a lot of shit, and it might not feel good for a couple days, but it's really actually elevating my ability to give and my ability to create value for other people outside of myself. It's expanding me outside of myself in a really nice way. And I'm just sort of still, the layers are very fresh and they're peeling off right now. So it's kind of like I'm still in that, but that's where I am today, folks. Thanks so much for listening. I love you all. It's really, really great. Really great to have you there, have people commenting and listening to these. So thank you so much. Love you. And I hope to see you very soon.